We're back in the room this week with another rum, and it's gonna be... well, it's gonna be Bacardi. I don't know why I tried to, make that a surprise, because I'll have titled the video that, and I'll have put a thumbnail on, probably with a big bottle of Bacardi on it. It's Bacardi Carta Blanca. It's their white rum offering. It is another ubiquitous rum. We've covered some pretty mainstream rums in the past, along with, some weird and wonderful stuff. We've never covered this. We've never done sort of, I don't want to call it the gold standard, but Bacardi white rum. Everyone's familiar with it. Everyone knows the name Bacardi is a massive conglomerate company. It owns just stuff. Just owns stuff. I don't want to cover this because there's a couple of surprising facts. This is not a sponsored video. I want to quickly say that because it's going to kind of look like it is, isn't it? Bacardi redesigned their logo a fair few years ago. Their old one was pretty fucking ugly, if I'm completely honest. I'm much more on board with what they did. I think they redesigned this in 2012, so about 10 years ago, actually. Jesus, that's... oh god, I'm, going to be dead soon. This is not good. But yeah, I like the new, no longer new redesign. I think it looks a lot nicer. So, there, read into that as you will. The product itself... I don't think it's known fondly, is it? It's known as a booze that will do the job. Well, today we're going to put that to the test because we're going to do our normal thing of testing the spirit neat and then trying it with a mixer. In this case, we've got a red can on hand. I'm pretty sure I don't need to fucking tell you what's in there. Lucozade. But first, hello and welcome to John Drinks, the channel where I, John, have a drink, and today we're going to be trying some Bacardi white rum. And if you want to see a man chatting about booze on the internet, then subscribe to the channel and click the bell notification icon, and it will tell you when I get up to shenanigans. And today's shenanigans. This is in a plastic miniature, by the way. I don't know if I... yeah, that's... you hear that? None of these things indicate what it's actually really made out of. There we go. Cool. That would have been worse if it was glass. Anyway, doesn't matter. This was cheap. One thing I've noticed, actually, folks seem to like it when I review rums on here, which is, pleasant surprise, because I quite like my rums myself. Now, I mentioned that we're going to be talking about a couple of little factoids. I think a lot of people... oh, there's a smell coming off of that already. Whoa, that's fusile. That's one to look forward to. Stick around to the end of the video to see if I survive. Yeah, so... Bacardi. Thank God the lid was on that. I nearly just covered myself in booze. What a shame. So this stuff. Dave Broom, in his book Rum... what's it called? Rum the Man... this book here, I've got it right here. It's covered in cobwebs because I haven't touched it in a while. He notes that Bacardi use their own strain of yeast because it helps with fermentation or some shit. It's not that interesting, but, it's a tidbit, a factoid, so that's cute. One that does surprise me, however, and I think I mentioned it on another video, just kind of off the cuff. This stuff's aged. I know, right? So, this stuff's aged in ex-bourbon barrels. You know how, in the whiskey world, we go on about, oh yeah, it's matured in ex-bourbon barrels, and then, everyone has a quick wank whenever they hear that. Well, this stuff is also matured in so get your wet wipes ready, lads, because this is the... I don't think it's helped, to be fair, but yeah, it's an aged rum. Depending on the sources I've looked at, they say a minimum of 1 year, because... duh. But apparently can go up to 3 years. I'm not sure how much I trust that source, but allegedly. I'm saying allegedly. I'm not, reporting it as fact because I couldn't find anything that verified it. And there's charcoal filter to remove the colour. So that's interesting. So it's not unaged. So there's probably a few reviews out there that have, talked about it being unaged and rough and ready and all the stuff. Whilst what their findings might not have necessarily been inaccurate, it's not for the reasons they associate it with. So, not throwing anyone under the bus, just want to put it there. I haven't actually discovered any reviews that have said that, but I'm sure there's one or two out there that where, you know, people have led from A to B to C. I've probably done it myself in the past, to be fair. If you want to go into the back catalogue and try and find where I've been wrong, turn it into a drinking game. You will not survive the night. Ha! Oh! It's 37.5%, and it wants you to know that. Oh, wow. In a post-COVID world, we're all familiar with the smell of hand sanitizer. This is half the strength of that stuff, and it smells like it can keep up. So that's... Wow, that's Fusile. Jesus. Right. Come on, do your job. Oh, that's a struggle. Outside of the kerosene note, a little coconutty, a little bit of banana, fair bit of a kind of a rusty funk to it. It is aggressive as a nasal. It's a train wreck, to be honest. It's I mean, again, it's not meant for. It's meant as a booze delivery system. This alcohol, you know, it's 2 in a row now where we've talked about ones which are basically just there to just get you a bit fucked up. Let's not pretend that it's anything any more nuanced than that. So again, me, you know, doing the whole nosing and tasting and stuff is kind of a waste of everyone's time, but it's entertaining because I get to taste and nose this shit and make funny faces, whilst you're all like, ha ha, he's doing a silly thing, ha. Should have chose a different degree. Oh, Jim. Oh, perhaps a little eucalyptusy, maybe. For some reason, I've just got flashes of those like those like billboard posts you see in the UK which say "try praying," and I can't imagine what the connection is right now. Oh man, I might sign up to the Alpha course after this. Okay, right, I'm gonna try this neat. Smoke me a kipper. I might not be back for breakfast. I was expecting that to fucking whack me about. It's a little harsh. It's nowhere near as bad as I was expecting based off of the nose. I'm getting vanilla notes. I'm getting vanilla notes. It's the thing that hit me. If you gave that to me and went, here, taste that, what is it? If I had to formulate a guess, I would eventually come to Vanilla Absolute. It has a vanilla component, and it is Fusile. It's rough booze and vanilla-y. Interesting. Maybe I just have a drinking problem, but you know what, as a sipper, that's not half bad. Now, we've been here before with the Hate Club. The clubman, I should say. One of you poor sods actually went out and bought a bottle based off of my... I've apologised. I have actually apologised because it did not go down well, it turns out. I mean, they salvaged it, but that's entirely due to their own ingenuity. Check out that video, actually. There'll be a link. Look down into the comments. There's a chappie who basically decided to use it as a blend corrector with another whiskey that they had that was just not a happy whiskey, basically, and the two kind of cancelled each other's awful out, which, again, happy accident, but that's entirely down to his machinations, nothing to do with the fact that I recommend the fucking stuff to begin with. I might have to actually put my money where my mouth is and buy a bottle of that, because it's entirely possible that swigging out of a sampler served that one in a better light than it would otherwise normally be, so we'll have to see. Or as penance, I might do the orange one. God help me. To be fair, the whiskey and things are going to be wrapping up in a couple of episodes, and they've said nothing but lovely things about the Hay Club Orange, so I'm going to add Coke to this. It's vanilla and boozy. There you go. There's your... plenty in there. Smells like Coke. That's it. You're not getting anything else off of me, because it's not giving me anything else. Just tastes like Coke. There's not a jot of booze in that now. I'm actually going to add some more, because there's not a lot of Coke I poured in there either. And that is a full 25 ml, so that's the kind of measure that you would get in a pub. Unless they do quarter gills, but let's not get into that. Chucked a bit more in there, just for posterity. There's a tickle of heat coming through, but it's just Coke. It's just fucking Coke. In the presence of anything else, it just... maybe a little bubblegummy. Got like a sweet, artificial flavour to it. Yeah, it's just slightly plasticky Coke now. So... that's your lot, I guess. With whiskies, we can normally drag this bit out a little longer, but it's just kind of been obliterated, this. So maybe I should have tried it with different Cokes or something to see if I can eke out a couple more minutes out of this, get the watch time up. But slightly boozy Coke, maybe a slight gingery note if I'm being generous. Comment down below. You up to anything this weekend? I'm not hitting on you. I'm just, it's just an English pleasantry. Don't worry about it. Yeah, there's nothing. That's just a nothing. There's nothing to report. If you click this video, I don't know what you were expecting. To be honest, I don't know what I was expecting. To be honest, why did I do this? Why did I buy this? Little candy flossy, maybe, as it's like. Comment down below, what's your experience with Bacardi? I will say, actually, their black rum, I'm quite fond of. I'm actually quite fond of several Bacardi rums. I'm not trashing the entire, I'm just saying that this, it does a job, and its job is just to, it's an alcohol delivery system. I quite like their red spiced, that's quite nice for, like, a night out drink. It's got a bit of, actually stands up to mixer, because I've had it. Of course I have, because otherwise I won't be fucking talking about it. We were in Carcassonne, me and my fella, we were having mojitos made out of Bacardi 4-year-old, I think it was. It was lovely, whatever it was, we were quite pissed. So, he noted down the recipe, he asked the bartender for the recipe, and he's jotted it down, and I didn't think I'd be talking about it, so I did not bother to look. I think it's Bacardi 4-year-old. Anyway, your experiences with Bacardi, let me know down below. Any other rums I should try? Preferably nice ones, if you could steer me in that direction. Suggestions of Captain Morgan Tiki will not be well received by me. So, that's you warned. I found this video if you enjoyed it. Subscribe to the channel if you aren't already, because, reasons. And join me next time. Oh no.